Dynasty Mountain is going to be wild for a lot of different reasons. I want to share 5 of those with you today.
Dynasty Mountain, the climb to greatness.
Welcome to the Dynasty Mountain podcast, where we are talking all things Dynasty Mountain, the 32-team, 4-division, promotion and relegation Dynasty League. If you are new here, welcome. We are starting this Dynasty League, getting things going now in the off-season to have our first season this year. And we're doing a lot of really fun things with it. I already mentioned 32 teams, 4 divisions, promotion and relegation. There's a whole lot of other things that are going to make this league really fun and kind of crazy. And so I wanted to talk with you about a few of those today. The first thing that's going to be kind of crazy is there are 4 different division levels, and so within each division level, you are competing against everyone in your division the whole season. You kind of treat it as its own separate league, and you'll have your own playoffs for that league, and then a champion for that league and everything, and there's payouts. The higher the division level you're in of the 4 divisions, the higher the payout, and so you kind of want to work your way up at the end of the season. Basically, 3 teams from each division of the lower 3 are going to get promoted up, and 3 from the top are going to get relegated down. But even though there are 4 separate divisions, the whole ecosystem of the league is all together with all 32 teams, which means waivers, trades. We're also going to be doing loans. Those are all going to be happening amongst all 32 teams across division levels throughout the season. So there's going to be some strategy. It's not just you and your 8 teams in your division, but you have to think about which teams are in contender mode, which teams are rebuilding, and look at their rosters and see how they're doing and kind of pay attention to what's going on in the other divisions to be able to make really smart transactions. Another thing that's going to be really cool is we are going to have what's called the Avalanche and the Airlift. I already mentioned how we're going to have about 3 teams from each division getting promoted, relegated. We're also going to have what's called the Avalanche, where the team that loses the consolation bracket from the top division level, which we're calling the Summit, going along with the mountain theme, they're going to get avalanched all the way down to the Valley, which is the bottom division level. And so they're not going to gradually go down, each division. They're going to get avalanched all the way down to the bottom. And at the same time, the winner, the champion of the Valley, the bottom division level, is going to get airlifted up to the top, to the Summit. So in 1 year, you can make the big move all the way up or down 4 division levels rather than the slow climb or the slow fall. So it's going to put a lot of pressure and a lot of importance on those matchups, that consolation bracket at the top and the championship playoff bracket in the bottom. Another thing we're doing in this league is we're going to do points against the median, which is actually pretty common in leagues. Essentially, it's where you get your head-to-head win or loss, but you also get a win or loss if you can be in the top half of scoring in that week in your league. But to make it a little bit easier, because in Sleeper, we can have our standings be more accurate. Instead of having it based on divisions, the point against the median is going to be based off the entire league. And so you are trying to be one of the top 16 scoring teams each week so you can get that additional point win against the median. Otherwise, you're going to get an additional loss. I like this because, if you are the 5th highest scoring team in a given week, no matter what division level you're in, but you face the 2nd or the 3rd highest scoring team, you might lose your matchup, but you're going to still get your win against the median. And by the same token, if you are the 30th, highest scoring team, so one of the lowest scoring teams, but you face the lowest scoring, the 32, scoring team, you will get your head-to-head win against them, but you're going to get a loss against the median. I think it's just a little bit more fair because, one team did way better than the other team, so you get a little bit of credit for that. But it's going to make things a little bit lopsided because it's not going to be all isolated within your division, but it's going to be across the whole league. Another thing that's going to be unique about this is we are not doing a typical Dynasty rookie draft. We're going to be doing an auction draft. And it's not even going to be a typical auction draft. It's going to be treated kind of more like waivers, just for logistic reasons. But essentially, teams are going to have their fab, and they are going to be putting in blind bids as if they were, a waiver pickup for rookies, on an assigned day when we do our rookie draft in the offseason. And so you want to kind of collect fab so you can have a lot of fab to use to be able to have a better chance at getting some of these rookies. But it's no guarantee. Even if you have the highest amount of points or highest amount of fab, unless you bid $1 more than whoever has the 2nd highest fab, you're not guaranteed that player. And so there'll be some interesting strategy there. And, a team that might not have the highest fab might still end up with a player if they bid higher. Which kind of leads into the 5th thing that I want to mention, which is our fab carries over year to year. And so you can make trades for fab. You can, loan out players for fab. You'll get fab bonuses at the end of the year, similar to how in a normal Dynasty League you get assigned your rookie draft order. We'll kind of, instead of giving you a pick for that order, you're going to get fab for that. And so you can collect that fab and you can carry it over into the next season. You can use a lot of it in your rookie draft, or you can save it and hold on to it for trades or loans for the next season to build up your team. You can carry over as much as you want. We'll have what we're calling kind of a luxury tax, where at the start of the new season, after the rookie draft is over, every team in the league is going to get an additional 50 fab, kind of given, just to start the new year. If you are over that 500, you do not get that. You essentially get taxed, luxury tax for that $50. But there's still no cap. You can keep going. You can carry 1,000 fab into the season if you want to. So those are just 5 things I think that are going to make this league really unique and really fun and interesting. There's a whole lot more going on to it. I've posted other videos about that as well. Make sure you are subscribed on here so you can get more videos, articles, news about the league. You can also follow us over on TikTok and Instagram at Winning Dynasty. And I'll leave a link down below for the Discord for the league. We have some public channels on there where you can kind of follow along what's going on, see announcements, even chat with some of the owners that are in the league, and kind of see what they're talking about. Should be really fun. Based on what you know, what's kind of the craziest rule that you see in this league that you're kind of most excited to see how it plays out? Let me know. Thanks for watching.
Dynasty Mountain, the climb to greatness.